Welcome back to my channel, Cord Cutting in Sports. This is just going to be a hopefully a short little video about Tennis Channel Plus with a new current promo code that can be used to save 20% off the cost of a subscription, and also to highlight some of the improvements that have been made since the new app came out and the website was updated as well. So first thing, here is the promo code. You can see it on the screen here. This basically came to me in an email today. Just says, TC Save 20. So you just type that in and apply that promo code as you're going, if you're going to purchase a new subscription. Again, as I mentioned in my last video, do not choose the PayPal option as the method of payment. Not only do they charge you some ridiculous extra like $7 to $8 fee on top of the subscription cost, but you also can get charged sales tax. So your whatever your local state, city, county sales tax is. So it comes out to be so much more expensive if you use PayPal instead of using, one of the other methods. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead now and talk about some of the improvements that the service has seen. So first of all, the quality has improved significantly. They are now actually broadcasting matches in full 1080p HD, 60 frames per second. None of this garbage 720p, 30 frames per second that most of the tournaments were in previously. So just to show you an example, we can just go here to this replay from earlier today. Okay, so just zoom ahead here so we can actually get to the Sinner Mute match. If you just watch this, you can clearly see how much better the quality is. It's full 60 frames per second. And if you go down here to settings, go to quality, right? Now, the auto HD, like whatever, this one at the very top, that's the full, 60 frames per second. All the others are like the lower, low is like I forget, it's like 144p. And then medium was something just like 360p or whatever. And then the regular, that's like the 720p that pretty much everything was in last time, and now we have the Auto HD, the full 1080p, 60 frames per second. So that is a huge improvement. A second thing, which I'm not able to demonstrate right now because there are no live matches going on, is that live matches do have a limited DVR functionality. So what I mean by that is, first, there's a 15-minute buffer. So when you start a live match, it will actually it'll allow you to basically rewind, go back up to 15 minutes from the point that you joined. Previously, they were just like the live matches were just basically streams, and you just, live streams, you just joined them wherever they were. You couldn't go back or anything at all. And more important than this, you can also rewind and fast forward in 10-second increments to watch a point. So if you want to see a replay of the last point, whatever, or something from a couple points ago, you can rewind, or you can also fast forward if you want to catch up, if you're behind real time and you want to catch up to real time. So those are huge improvements that did not exist previously. Also related to that is there's an option where when you join a match, and you saw it come up here when I first went to load the Sinner match as an example, it will allow you to re-watch from the point that you were last watching the match. And I tested that out. That also works with live matches as well. So you can watch a live match, basically pause it or stop or whatever, go to rejoin it later, and it should give you the option to rejoin from the point you were last at. All right. Now, another huge improvement is that the streams appear to be much closer to live action. So now I'm noticing they're only typically like 1 to 2 points behind live action, as compared to previously, there was usually like, I don't know, somewhere between 1 to 2 minutes. Typically it was at least like 3 or 4 points, sometimes even a game or more. Behind what the actual score was compared to what was showing up, on the streams. So that has actually improved significantly. And the other thing too that is super important is there's now an actual phone number you can call if there's an issue with something. There's no more this ridiculous chatbot thing where you had to go in and like type in what you're having an issue with, and then they would ask you, to clarify it further, and then you have to type something, and then eventually, after like five or six things, then you could request to talk to an agent, and then maybe an agent shows up, maybe they didn't, but really all they did was they would just submit a ticket, and half the time they didn't even know about the issue, you were calling about. So that is a huge improvement. I'll just see here if I can find uh, the help thing, yes, down here at the bottom. So you go to Help Center right here. How do I contact customer service? There is the phone number, 1-855-286-5539. That did not exist before. That is again, a huge improvement over the previous system with their stupid chatbot. I've tried submitting tickets online, but have not been able to actually get it to work so far. So I've only, when I've had issues, I mean, I've only basically had one issue since the new website and everything went live. I've called in, to this number, and someone picked up, essentially right away. I wasn't on hold for, 10 minutes or 20 minutes like some of these other customer service lines. So just to review, those are the main improvements that I've seen in Tennis Channel Plus since they basically revamped the app and also updated the website as well. So just keep in mind again, uh, there's the promo code 20% off, TC Save. Just type that in. We're going to apply. I will mention, however, one downside to the revamp of the app and the website is it's a little bit more tricky to find matches now sometimes because it's all split up by court, and they usually have the live in one row and then the replays in another. So it's like if you want to find someone on, say, one of the outer courts for the French Open, you have to keep scrolling down and down and down, until you eventually find the court that you're looking for. I mean, you can click, yes, on the live tab here. Obviously, there's nothing, currently live at this time right now. But even when so here at least it is organized by, like, you can see like the women's singles matches are all in one row, and then women's doubles, and then men's singles and men's doubles, and so on. But when there's multiple tournaments going on, it still sometimes is a little confusing or a little more difficult to find a specific match from a specific tournament, than it really needs to be. Because in the previous version, it was just TC plus like 1 through 9, and you just, they had them all listed there, and you just go to whatever channel, the match you were looking for was on. But overall, I think the improvements, like I said, are much, much better. So if you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below. Otherwise, you can send me an email. It's listed in the description of the video. And I'll be back again soon here with another video related to cord cutting and sports.